Hello, my name is Amy Ludwig Vanderwater. I am an author and teacher living in Western New York. Welcome to day 44 of Keeping a Notebook, a series of chats in which we talk writing. This is our clubhouse, Betsy the Writing Camper. Today's Keeping a Notebook chat is titled Photographs Taken.
Hello, writing friends. Welcome to day 44 of Keeping a Notebook. Big high five. We are here and we are writing together. And for those of you who are new here or who were just starting to visit during Poetry Month, when we began this series on whatever day it was, but day one of Keeping a Notebook, I showed how to make a notebook by sewing pages together. And then over the days, I talked about how to make a cover. And so I'm back in this notebook now. During April, during National Poetry Month, I was writing in a different notebook and writing poetry every day. But now I'm back in this notebook, and today's exercise or today's writing chat is titled Photographs Taken. This is an exercise that I learned about a long time ago when I was a new writing teacher about 25 years ago. And for this exercise, we're thinking about photographs, about pictures. And these are pictures that have been taken. So they may be pictures that you have in an album. They may be pictures hanging in a frame at home or on the refrigerator. They may be pictures that are tucked into a book or in somebody's wallet. They may be pictures that are in a scrapbook, or pictures that are just in a big bin or a pile like all my old photographs are. I'm not so good at organizing them. They may be taped into a baby book. They could be anywhere, but they're photographs that actually have been taken. And maybe they were never even printed. So they could be photographs that are on somebody's phone or on somebody's digital camera or on a computer. And they're just photos that somebody took. You might remember them. You might be actually looking at them. But the photos can give us ideas. Now, a long time ago, we printed all of our photos. There was no digital camera or cell phone. And so when even my children were little and they were babies, if I took a picture, I never knew how it would come out until I picked it up at the photo place. So now we can see what our photos look like before we print them, which is kind of interesting and different, but we don't print quite as many. So it is really a great thing sometimes to go back and look. So for this exercise, for this chat, photographs taken, you think of photographs that you remember having been taken, or we look actually at photographs. And so what I did is I like sketching. So I drew out 5 photographs that I remember or have looked at. Now, I could have just made bullet points and told what the photographs are, but I decided I would draw them out. So then I picked one and I wrote long about it. And you can see I did this writing across both pages. Every once in a while, I'll do that. So here are the photographs that I was thinking about today. Thor and me, so I'll show these two again, but it's my dog and me when I was a baby. There's a photograph of babies all lined up on a couch because my kids, when they were little, we would sometimes get together, my other moms and babies, and we'd line our babies up on the couch and they'd all fall over, but they'd be safe, but they looked cute. So we took their picture. This is a memory I have of visiting my grandmother in the nursing home with my wedding dress on. I knew she would not be able to come to my wedding, but I wanted her to be able to see my dress. This is a picture one of my parents took, I think, of me holding a little white fuzzy caterpillar. I used to always like to make houses for little creatures, so I remember that picture well. I don't know where it is right now, but I can see it in my mind. And this is a photograph I took. I don't think I ever printed it, but I have it on my computer of 3 beautiful horses standing in a field and prairie. And I just always was proud of having taken the photo. So looking at these, or I could have drawn, I could have spent the whole day just drawing pictures of photographs in this whole notebook, but I picked 5 today. It could have been any number. You could pick any number. And then I chose 1 and I wrote long about it. Again, I could have chosen 2. I could have chosen 3. It's totally up to me. But I ended up writing about this first one, about Thor, our dog, and me, because I have some memories of that dog, and we have dogs now, and dogs have been an important part of my life. So I'll read you what I have here. When I was a baby, my parents already had a baby, and that baby was a dog named Thor. My mom tells the story that they went to a lady's trailer to look at the puppies and brought Thor home in a diaper box, a Pampers box. When I was born, he could have been jealous, but he wasn't. Instead, he was protective, and he would sleep under my crib. My mom says that whenever I cried, Thor would go to her room to bring her to me. I like this picture because Thor and I are both on the floor and both looking at the camera. We look like brother and sister in a way. And in a way, pets are like siblings. We grow up with them and learn from and with them. One childhood memory this photo gives me back is this one. It is bedtime. I pull down my window shades and climb into bed. I turn the white key on the side of my pink metal lamp with one piece of paint missing, and light pours over my bed. I reach over and grab my latest Nancy Drew book from my nightstand and crack it open to the page with the scrap of paper holding my place. As I begin to read, I see Thor out of the corner of my eye. He jumps onto my bed right when I pat my hand on it 2 times. I set Nancy Drew to the side and lift up my covers, making a doorway for Thor to crawl down beneath the blankets to my feet, where he turns in a circle and falls asleep. I can feel his fur on my toes as I read about Nancy and her adventures. I got to have Thor as a brother for 10 years. He was part corgi, part human. So today, think about photos, maybe look through some photos, maybe go through if you have a device with photos on it, or look at the photos that you might have hanging up someplace or tucked into books, or look on the computer if you have any, photos stored there, or think about photos. You might have a certain school photo that sticks out to you. You may have a photo from something from a long time ago, or a photo you were proud of taking. And in some way, consider listing a few of those photos and then choosing one to do more with. I wrote in prose or paragraphs. I could have written poetry, but I didn't. You can choose whatever you would like to do with the writing about your photographs. But know that when you do this, writing about a photograph will help you hold on to it even more. So I'll be thinking, I'm sure, more about Thor today. And one other thing I'd like to add to this, it could be a little bit fun to have a couple people in the same family look at the same photograph and each write about it, and then come back together and share the writing with each other. And should you write about someone in a photograph who is far away, or who you aren't able to see right now, or who you care about very much, a friend or a family member, or an old teacher, see if you can find a way to share that writing with them. During these times, it's especially important to reach out, and photographs are a great way to do that. So wonderful to see you as always. I will see you tomorrow. Take care.
Here you can see 5 sketches of photographs that I remember, along with my thinking and a story below. Looking at and thinking about photographs helps us to understand who we were, who we are, and who we will become. In the words of Eudora Welty, a good snapshot stops a moment from running away. Writing about snapshots is another way to keep moments from running away. I wish you joy in your writing, and maybe take a few pictures today.